Alright folks, so today I am taking a look at some of the characters that were confirmed to have died in Fear the Walking Dead, but were resurrected anyway. I've been working around the clock on my Savior story arc explain video, but it's proven to be quite the project. So I wanted to take a little break and look into something a little bit more ridiculous. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to hit that like button, and if you're feeling generous, hit that sub button as well. We all know the creative teams behind Fear were completely changed between the 3rd and 4th season of the show. If you want to hear a little more about that, I recommend checking out my video on the Proctors. But with this creative overhaul, the new showrunners Andrew Chambliss and Ian Goldberg decided to scrap virtually every ongoing plotline and completely change the personalities of its OG characters. Original showrunner Dave Erickson must have seen the drastic change in direction over the horizon, and as a response, he would kill off Troy Otto, a fan favorite character during his short run, as Madison Clark would bash his skull in with a hammer before leaving him to be washed away by a dam that was collapsing on top of him. Yeah, this dude was dead. We know this wasn't the original plan for Troy, as in an interview with Dave Erickson following the show's 3rd season finale, he would state, "Troy was a hard one because I actually had a conversation with Daniel earlier in the season, where I said that at that moment, my intention was not to kill Troy. And then when we got to a place where I realized I had to have a bit more closure than I originally intended, I had another conversation with Daniel where I said, you know how I said I wasn't going to kill you? Well, unfortunately, now I am." So, from my understanding, it sounds like Erickson killed off Troy so Ian and Andrew couldn't ruin him. Alright, fair enough. But let's get one thing straight here, folks. Troy was killed off. Just as much as Chris, Ophelia, or Travis. Straight from the horse's mouth. Remember this, because we're going to circle back to it in a bit. In the following season, Madison Clark, who up until this point was Fear's main protagonist, had been missing for the entirety of the modern day timeline. She was front and center next to Morgan on all the promotional art, so surely she was going to have a large role in the series once they reveal why she's been absent.
That's why my mom gave up her life.
Oh, cool. She's been dead the whole time. Not very satisfying in my opinion, but whatever, I guess. The showrunners Ian and Andrew were adamant she had died here. In an interview with Hollywood Reporter, these geniuses were quoted in saying, "I'd say that we understand it's very hard to lose a character who you've grown to love over 3.5 seasons. But Madison's sacrifice and what she stood for will very much be a part of the fabric of the show. Now that she's dead, the story will shift into rediscovering that hope and learning how to carry it forward." Okay, so with that interview, you cannot say in good faith Madison survived this event. They say she died, she had a death slide on Talking Dead, they were adamant. And sure enough, Madison was gone. The characters mourn her in 4B, and there is nothing indicating she survived anywhere in Season 5 or 6. But around this time, something began to change. Suddenly, Ian and Andrew are switching their tune. Midway through Season 6, co-showrunner Andrew Chambliss told Insider that bringing back Madison in flashback or present-day Fear is definitely something we talked about. When Insider asked Goldberg to confirm whether Madison is dead, Goldberg said, "Well, we never saw her body." And Madison herself said, "No one's gone until they're gone." Okay. That's kinda weird to say when you were so sure before, but whatever. Oh? But what's this? Oh, rejoice, it's Mr. Scott Gimple with an interview from comicbook.com, here to clear the air on the situation. The interviewer asks, what can you say to the people who are on such speculation trains that Madison is out there somewhere? Scotty G responds, keep hope alive?
Not cool, man.
Alright, fine. I guess we technically didn't see a body, but come on. They wouldn't actually bring her back from the dead, right?
Well, I just wanted to say, Madison is back.
Yes!
Wow. Okay, they actually did it. We were told she was dead in the show and outside the show. But again, We didn't actually see a body, so I guess it's possible. But hurts their credibility as writers, in my opinion. So what was this amazing story Madison just had to be brought back for? Kidnapping children.
What?
But still, the world keeps spinning, and fear keeps running for a final season with Madison as its co-lead. Lead again. But by the end of Season 8A, Padre was basically defeated, and a lot of the plot lines were already wrapped up. So, we have 6 more episodes left. What should we do?
Am I really gonna defile this grave for money? Of course I am!
That's right. In Season 8, Episode 7, Madison is held hostage by a group of randos. And who is King Rando? Troy fucking Otto.
No!
You cannot tell me this isn't a straight up resurrection. Madison's revival was sketchy, but if you jump through enough hoops, it's somewhat believable. But Troy Otto. Troy skull bashed in, drowned under an exploding, collapsing dam. Otto was able to survive by getting dragged out of the water and nursed back to health by an unseen, long dead woman that he would marry. All off screen. I'd say the writers had to have been eating some of those Walker brain stems from Season 3, but as established in my Proctor's video, they most certainly didn't watch those seasons. Daniel Sherman's so fantastic in the role, and we were really interested in both revisiting the dynamic between him and Madison and where they left off at the end of Season 3. To us, bringing Troy back into the story was the perfect source of antagonism, emotionally for her there, because he is a reminder of her past, and someone who's not gonna let what she did, or what he views that she did to his family, lie buried in the past. I think they left their brains lying in the past because this man was dead. Confirmed by Dave Erickson, the creator of this character. Why would he be a perfect source of antagonism? And I think the worst part is, they brought him back for some silly convoluted revenge plotline that just ended up with Madison unceremoniously killing him again anyway. What was the point of this? Any of this? So, why did I make this video? Well, I wanted to give Scott Gimple, or whoever's making these silly choices in the franchise, a message. The credibility of this franchise depends on death being permanent. The main theme of the show, arguably, is survival. Without something as straightforward as death being permanent, you may as well just open a portal and bring Nick back from the multiverse as well. Why not? What about Travis? Technically, we didn't see a body, so what's stopping him from coming back? If characters can come back to life despite what we see and despite what they tell us, then what's the point of watching? So AMC, I beg you, going forward, no more of this. If a decision is made, stick with it, or else the consequences in this franchise don't matter. And looking at the ratings for these seasons, was it really worth it anyway? Thanks again for watching, folks. I know I may seem frustrating in this video, but I just think death needs to stay permanent in The Walking Dead. All this jumping through hoops to try to justify why a character is coming back, it just doesn't work in my opinion. But maybe I'm overlooking something and it does totally make sense. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, folks.